we're back! It feels like it's been a very long time since we've made a cooking video. Today is a follow-up of our CASTELLA taste test that we had the other day. Today we're going to be combining the traditional CASTELLA recipe with the CWA classic of a ginger fluff. We'll be using the same spices as a ginger fluff uses and filling it with whipped cream and stewed pears for something a bit different. Now, before we get started, I thought I would mention that this particular recipe is one that I found online that has been pretty standard across the board. There are many different methods on how to do this, so I'm taking a bit of an amalgamation of all of them and combining it into this recipe. Now, traditionally these are baked in a wooden box that does not have a bottom on it, so we're just going to be using a regular loaf pan with some little cardboard wrapped in foil situations like I've seen online, and we'll try and do that as best as we can. Now, into our lovely brand new glass mixing bowl that I'm very excited about, we are putting 4 whole eggs in there with 100 grams or about half a cup of regulated granulated sugar. That was regular granulated sugar. I don't know why I can't talk today. From here, we're going to put it under our stand mixer with a balloon whisk attachment and beat it on medium for 10 long-ass minutes. I'm having flashbacks from when we first got a front-loader washing machine at home. Alright, coming to you from VoiceOver, we are adding in 100 grams of bread flour because we need a nice high protein, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, or whatever you have left in the packet because it wasn't an exact teaspoon. From there, moving on to another small bowl, we are putting in 2 tablespoons of full-fat milk and another 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm using orange blossom honey just because it is what I had, and it is very sticky. Microwave for 20 seconds. Finally, our mixture has reached the ideal volume that it needs to be at. We're looking at sort of 3 times the size, light, pale and fluffy, sort of just after ribbon stage. Pop your mixer back down to just about stir speed, and what we're going to do is we're going to add in our honey and milk mixture that is microwaved and slightly warmed now. And that's pretty much done. Now we move on to flour. Over your lovely pale egg mixture, we're going to put in our flour and spice mixture, just over the top, sifting it in very gently, giving it some nice air, give it some height, you know, flare it up a little bit. Play. It's your kitchen. Grab yourself a spatula and just start folding it in very gently. We want to keep as much air in there as we possibly can while trying to incorporate our dry ingredients. I have pre-cut and foiled a couple of pieces of regular cardboard, the cardboard that contained my lovely new mixing bowls, and we're going to line our regular loaf pan with the cardboard. This is pretty much emulating the wooden box, I assume. It's going to make it cook a bit slower, a little bit more evenly, and it's a bit of a fun puzzle for right now. Where would this go in? This is our loaf pan prepared. Now that we have our baking paper in there, we're going to pour our batter in. Once your batter's in, pop that in the oven at 180 for 15 minutes to start off with. Okay, pause. Once you've hit 15 minutes, drop it to 150 and keep going for another 30 minutes. Our CASTELLA is out of the oven. It has been baked into a lovely golden brown for about 40 to 45 minutes. Now, our next step, which is the most controversial, now that it is out of the oven and we spent all that time creating lovely air, we're going to drop it from a height to knock all of the air out. And then we're going to wrap it in plastic. Japan, here we go. Oh, I'm very uncomfortable. Oh Lord, oh God. There's a lot of sinking, there's so much sinking happening. And then we're going to wrap it in plastic. This is weird and new. And now this has to rest overnight, preferably in the fridge it says, and then we can come back and fill and decorate tomorrow. It is the next day, we are back. We have our lovely chilled CASTELLA here. To much anticipation, very excited to open. Look, it's a little smaller than I was hoping, but we're going for taste. I can hear every, fine dining restaurant applauding me, being like, that's what we're overcharging you for, the taste rather than the size. Okay, she's cute. She has the lovely little top on it. I need to trim up the sides, so I'm gonna do that. Now that we've trimmed off all of the sides and had it all nice and neat, we get to fill and eat, which is the fun part. For our filling, we are using 600 milliliters of thickened or heavy whipping cream. This is much more than you need. 1 tablespoon of icing sugar and about a teaspoon of good vanilla. Pop that into your stand mixer and we're going to whip until we get to medium to firm peaks. So remember when I said that this would be too much? It is. So either consume half of it or take about half and put it into a smaller bowl, and that's what we're going to fold our fruit into. Into our considerably smaller cream, I am popping in half a cup of diced pears that I have just got from a can because it felt right. And we're going to fold that in nice and gently. Our filling's done. I have split our castella just in two, and we're going to fill. Ratio-wise, look, the one that I bought and tried had a huge amount of cream in there, and I think that's the best way to eat cake, so we're going to do a very similar thing. Now, we could leave it very rustic like this, but I feel like it would be very un-Japanese if I was not to clean up the sides and make it very precise, so I'm just going to get a palette knife and just clean it up. This is our completed CWA Ginger Fluff inspired Castella. I guess it is now time for a taste test. Here we go, moment of truth, very excited. Look at that lovely tight crumb structure, which I'm sure is not gonna... Oh, hello, focus. It has great spices. You can really taste that honey coming through. I think it works really well with those sort of warmer spices. Now, it has that slightly chewy texture like the one I bought had. It doesn't have that same sort of lightness, that like incredible, like spongy type lightness, but this is as close as I can get here. And I think the fruit works really well inside. Look, give it a go. Thank you so much for watching today's video, taking the time out of your day to give it a click. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already. All of your ingredients will be down in the description below. The method in the video, what you just watched. Stay tuned for new content next week, and I will see you around. Bye. It's like I want to stop, but I can't.